So we're back with Paula from Imagine Cruising, and she's been telling us about a truly remarkable and magical trip to Norway for 30 nights at an unbelievable price. And so far we've looked at a little more closely at the ship itself, this exploratory vessel, we can call it that, the Hurtigruten, the first 7 days of our Nordic adventure, and it's nothing short of an adventure. When you're going out with an actual expedition crew, it's an adventure. But we're going to delve a little bit deeper. There is a reason why Norwegian lore has inspired the likes of Thor. This is one of the most culturally enriched places in the world, yes, but in terms of the majesty of nature, it is truly, truly remarkable. So we've covered kind of the first half of the journey, barely scratched the surface of what's available, but the second half of the journey has even more in store. So where do we pick up?
So you carry on cruising further north into Norway. So you're entering, as you're going higher. And because you're traveling in winter, it's common that that the sun would barely rise above the horizon. So it's quite an incredible experience. And if you are lucky, you might even get to see the blue hour, which is between 1 and 2 o'clock in the afternoon. They have the sky just turns into this clear blue sky, which is also magical. That's just out of the blue.
In the blue.
In the
out of the blue,
yeah.
but out of the blue. How do you even select one highlight through all of this? Is there one thing that's grabbed your imagination in this space, in this trip?
So one of the highlights is definitely the city of Tromsø. That is, again, one of the largest northern Norway cities, and that is also rich in culture and in history, as you can see there.
It's like fairy tale stuff existing in the modern world.
Exactly,
it's
and
crazy.
in the Arctic side of it, so you can actually go dog sledding, and also the mobile ski. That is quite unique. So definitely a must to try and do that. It's a highlight.
It's the ultimate in adventure. I love that because so many of the things are so readily available, but each one of these activities is something that you're likely to only experience once in your life. And you're on the edge of the world. You're the edge of Europe before you move into a new space. I would imagine for a photographer, this must be kind of the ultimate excursion.
So in Honningsvåg, you actually can get to experience and explore the North Cape. So that is the highest point, just before you get to the North Pole. It's quite amazing.
So it literally is the edge of the world.
Yes. And they've got like a globe sculpture right on the edge where people come from all over the world just to take photos. It's a perfect place to take photos, and you really getting to explore Norway at its rawest. So that is also quite magical, and definitely a highlight that I would recommend.
There are so many, and I think you really want to think about what you want to take out of an experience like this, but it's very difficult to imagine something that is almost unimaginable in its scope, and I think that's where this particular cruise, this expedition, if you will, stands out completely.
And then you go up to Kirkenes, you go right to the top.
Look at that.
And then you get to Kirkenes, and then from there you voyage back to Bergen. So that's the turnaround point where you go back. So you get to explore all these different ports of call again.
I think we saw a sneak peek of what looks like the most amazing kind of mountain vista. The Seven Sisters.
Yes, that mountain, I mean, it's absolutely stunning. It's, again, one of those bucket list places you want to go and see those mountains, the Seven Sisters Mountain.
So if you're feeling the loss of Game of Thrones, if you're feeling the loss of Vikings, that you need to reconnect with the majesty of those kind of images, this seems to be something right out of a fantasy novel, the most amazing imagination of the best movie maker you could find. From a natural beauty perspective, it's just amazing. If you could pick one highlight or give one tip around this particular expedition?
Well, really, like I say, it's all about nature. It's all about the wildlife. It's all about the natural beauty of it. I mean, often you travel the world and you see man-made you know, things. But here it's just nature, and it's just to indulge and enjoy and take the most of it and do all the adventurous stuff, you know, that they have on offer to do there. The nice thing about this package is that it includes, you know, like you mentioned earlier on, for 38,999, it's your flights, your 2 nights hotel in Bergen, and you've got your 11 nights cruise that includes your meals, which is your breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And we have in also, again, a special offer for our Expresso viewers that if you book a polar outside cabin or above, you will get $100 onboard credit. So you can just enjoy this
Extra
as
fish
an extra
soup and fish cakes for me.
Yes.
This is truly remarkable. I think you guys at Imagine Cruising have outdone yourselves with this
Thank
one.
you.
Quite literally is. I think it sounds like, for me personally, the trip of a lifetime. Imagine doing this with someone that you love and experiencing these things together, cruising around Norway, experiencing the beauty of this unbelievable planet that we live on. It's just truly remarkable, coming in at 38,999 per person, including flights and a 13-night Norway adventure. It could all be yours. To inquire, you can, of course, go to imaginecruising.co.za or pick up your phone right now and call 086 177 245. That's 086 177 245. You can literally phone right now. Well, stop Googling pictures of Norway and the Northern Lights and actually phone right now, and hopefully you'll be experiencing something that does sound like a once-in-a-lifetime expedition. Paula, well done.
Thank you.
Yo, it's amazing. Amazing.
Thank you.